Welcome back to New Rockstars. It's me, MT, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness gave us our first ever mutant appearance within the MCU, with Professor Xavier's absolutely mental mutant abilities blowing our minds shortly after Wanda blew Black Bolt's mind. Technically he blew his own mind, but he didn't have a mouth. That man is gonna need a Tylenol.
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
But while we did see all of this gnarly carnage in the Illuma lobby, what we didn't see in this movie was the introduction of mutants in the MCU. Like, a lot of people expected to see the arrival of the XMen to the MCU proper by the end of this film, but all we got was a priceless Pizza Papa punchline of a post-credit scene. So this all begs the question, like, where in the Illuminati sewer system are you hiding all of the gifted children, Marvel? Because it's high time them X-Men showed up for First Class. Well, what if I told you that Kevin Feige has been planting the seeds for the X-Men as early as freaking Iron Man 3? What if I told you that, huh? Well, allow me to show you why, my nerd babies. But before I do, make sure you head over to newrockstarsmerch.com to pick up our latest Obsession shirt inspired by Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The design is really dope, like it always is. And these shirts, like always, are not gonna last forever because they're gonna disappear. Like these shirts are too hot. You can't keep producing them. We'll get robbed. The factory will be broken into. You can't have them making these shirts forever, so head over to newrockstarsmerch.com to pick one up today. And thanks to Anu for sponsoring today's video. Now, we all know from the X-Men comics and TV shows and cartoons that the main reason that there are even X-Men in the first place is because of a little something called human evolution. You ever heard of it? You know, the main focus of Marvel Studios' very tale of the evolution of MCU humanity that came in the form of Chloe Zhao's incredibly symbolic Eternals film, a film which saw the celestial servants guiding humanity's evolution after waking up on the domo parked in front of the sun at the beginning of the movie, absorbing all of that sun's energy and transferring all of that sweet golden cosmic energy into the Eternals' android bodies. And I believe that it is this energy that allows the Eternals to do all of the incredible things that they can do, like fly, shoot laser beams, run fast, control minds, heal people, cast illusions, etc. Because this energy is the goldeny orange singularity of the soul singularity, or soul singularity, as in S-O-L, soul. Very clever. And this singularity is the singularity of life, evolution, and survival in the MCU. It's what sets the people of MCU Earth apart from the rest of the universe. Like, it is our tenacity to overcome any obstacle that has basically been growing within MCU humanity ever since the first fish walked on land, due to the solar radiation from Earth's soul, the sun, the very source of human evolution itself in the MCU. And this is likely what will be the catalyst for the trigger of the X gene within the Marvel Cinematic Universe when humanity finally enters that next step very soon, probably in one of their most highly anticipated titles, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, specifically with the introduction of the High Evolutionary, who I believe Chukwudi Iwuji will be playing in that film. An introduction that will likely serve as an explanation to how Rocket Raccoon was evolved from a lower life form, which is something that was implied in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. And why he stole those Harbulary batteries from the golden sovereign race in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Because, my nerd babies, in the Marvel Comics, the High Evolutionary famously began his studies on human evolution through his study on rats, using science to forcibly evolve these rats into humanoid versions of higher evolved animals, who Herbert Wyndham, the High Evolutionary, would call his new men and make them serve him on his spaceship laboratory in space. And I believe that Rocket Raccoon is actually one of these new men who originally used to be a rat. Because remember a long time ago on Twitter when James Gunn said that if you're really smart, the answer to who created Rocket Raccoon was hidden within Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? Well, I believe that this is why one Yandu Udanta repeatedly calls Rocket Raccoon a rat in that film, and why Rocket Raccoon steals the golden Anulax batteries from the snobby sovereign whose entire society revolved around them evolving themselves to their most perfect form, evolution. Because much like I outlined in the past in that, Marvel trigger theory video that I always bring up about the purple cracks in Spider-Man No Way Home, I don't believe the Sovereign live on a planet at all, because I am convinced that the Sovereign actually live on 6 huge orange suns, which generate the evolution energy they need to evolve themselves and make the MCU's ultimate evolved life form and guardian of life, Adam Warlock. Because these motherfuckers live on a little something called Dyson spheres, which is a dome of an invention that scientists have theorized could harness the power of our sun and launch humanity's technological advancements to freaking infinity and beyond. And this is why the entirety of their home planet has this weird glow and these golden lines around it. The Sovereign literally live on 6 suns of evolution energy, definitely making me feel like these guys are secretly the light elves of the MCU, because we have the dark elves, but we haven't really seen the light elves by name. And I think the light elves are just the Sovereign that we just haven't seen Thor meet yet. And maybe Thor will meet them in Thor 4, who knows? Did you know that 65% of Americans don't have the funds to pay for a financial crisis and 62% don't have an emergency fund? As someone who's had a few emergencies pop up in my life, I can tell you that they don't usually send you a calendar invite or call ahead to give you a few months to prepare. I recently learned about a company whose mission is to solve this. It's called On You, and they believe that everyone deserves financial security. So they're launching a membership that helps you create a plan based on you and your goals. As an On You member, you just pay one small monthly fee and you get a ton in return. A personalized financial plan, guaranteed life insurance, a savings account, and a credit card that helps you build credit instead of debt. On You is launching in June and they're having a fun sweepstakes to celebrate. All you have to do is sign up for their waitlist so you can be among the first to know when they go live, and you'll also be entered to win $25,000. Just go to onyou.com, that's ONUU.com, or click the link in the description. And thanks again to On You for sponsoring this video. But anyways, let's head back to the Eternals real quick, because we gotta talk about what are technically actually the first mutants that we've seen in the MCU, the Deviants. Because this evolution energy that lives inside every deviant is exactly why the deviant race went bad in the first place, and why the main bad guy Crow was able to evolve after Ajak and Gilgamesh gave him that sweet sunny delight to drink out of. He popped in the whole the body's like a Capri Sun. It was like, delicious. Unleash the power of the sun.
That's because there's a delicious ray of sunshine in every drop.
And the reason why those deviants started becoming predators on Earth in the first place is because, as Arishem puts it, they all had a flaw in their design. And I believe that this main flaw was that Arishem gave them bodies capable of absorbing solar life radiation, and they wanted more of that radiation. And they wanted to eat more Terrans, as Terrans have spent all of their lives absorbing that radiation, that solar life radiation, forcing Arishem to develop the Eternals with their special bodies incapable of being affected by the evolving properties of the cosmic radiation that they wield, which is why none of the Eternals could age, because aging in itself is evolution. But fortunately for the Eternal Sprite, Cersei had enough juice to use her transmutation powers to change Sprite's eternal body from the material that Arishem made it out of to human flesh capable of absorbing that evolution energy, which now allowed Sprite to age and die eventually. Now, considering all of this, let us also consider the actions of a man by the name of Aldrich Killian and his super volatile Extremis program, which caused a bunch of desperate veterans to explode from experimentations on the human brain that were meant to unlock the next stage of human evolution, specifically by harnessing human bioelectrical potential, a potential that causes Extremis soldiers to be able to regenerate limbs and shoot orange energy out of their mouths like a freaking dragon. And this is all because, as Aldrich Killian says,
Extremis harnesses our bioelectrical potential, and it goes here. This is essentially an empty slot, and what this tells us is that our mind, our entire DNA in fact, is destined to be upgraded.
Killian was basically using science to tap into the solar evolution life radiation inside of the human body to trigger their amazing abilities that look like magic, but is actually very much MCU science, hence why it was in an Iron Man film. And hey, do you know what life radiation sounds like? Oh, I don't know. Vita rays, like the kind that evolved Captain America's muscles when he used it in conjunction with Erskine's serum. And this would explain why Johnny Mayonnaise and the Flag Smashers didn't get yoked like Steve from the war, because their muscles didn't get evolved through that sweet X-Men type evolution energy. So they just look normal and a lot more mentally unstable, let me tell you that, because they didn't have Vita rays in their body. So this all being said, Kevin Feige and the gang at Marvel Studios are very clearly focused on evolution, and the Eternals project and their upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 are Phase 4's attempts at getting us ready for a massive event that is going to make puberty really weird for some MCU teenagers really soon before they all have to save the world as MCU's Uncanny X-Men. And I believe that it will be through Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3's High Evolutionary that evolution will be triggered at least on a global scale, finally awakening mutant powers in the MCU. And boy, can I not wait to see it, because we need my boy Gold Balls in the MCU. Where are the Gold Balls at? I don't know. I don't really care about Gold Balls. I just think his powers are funny. Gold Balls! But that is what I believe the mutant plan is for the MCU. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. You can follow me at MasterTainment on Twitter if you want to see me tweet some really weird shit and insane theories. But more importantly, you can follow New Rockstars wherever we are on social media. And when you do on YouTube, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get notifications every time we upload, which is pretty dang often. And again, hit up newrockstarsmerch.com so you can buy our latest Obsession shirt inspired by Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It's not gonna last forever. Pick it up today. But anyways, thanks again for watching this video. I love you guys so much. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time.